Hello, my friends. Well, as you can see, I have been banished to the bedroom today by Moose to take a time out because of this. Yes, I did not practice what I preached. Yesterday, I was rooting around in the shed, lifting tubs and trying to find some things. And I did a little too much, and I pulled something in the side of my hand. So I found this brace that I had from a couple of years ago, and I put it on, and it does help. And at least I can put on some makeup, some jewelry, and I'm going to have a little fun today. What I've decided to do is to just chat with you today. I have some things to share with you. We're going to tell some rabbit hole stories, and we're just going to have some fun today. So I'm in my timeout, banished by Moose to the bedroom. It's going to be a fun day. This isn't too bad if I'm just sitting around and not doing anything. So I'm going to take advantage of the day. This little contraption is one of those things where the arm comes up and out, and I use this at night when I want to read, especially up close. I have a light here that I can just put on for my reading. So I'm going to put that away, but that's what that thing is in case you're wondering what that is in the background there. So how this happened, by the way, I'm just in my jammies today, so it's a rest day. There's a million things I should be doing, but that's okay. So what happened was, Musi and I are kind of getting ready for a gala, a dress-up gala that is coming up in the middle of May at our daughter's hospital. I think I told you that our oldest daughter, Dubby, is the CEO of the hospital foundation that raises money, and she puts on these charity dances and events and things. And because of COVID, she hasn't been able to do these big things for the last 2 years. And she's putting on a big fashion show, a dance and evening. And men and women who are cancer survivors are modeling clothes, and it's all for the benefit of cancer for the hospital. And the theme is 1920s Gatsby, the flapper era. Everyone goes in costume. And she did this once before at another hospital that she was at, and it was a hit. People love to dress up. So Moosey and I are getting our costumes ready. Well, that's how this all happened, because I think I told you that we keep out-of-season clothing in a shed. And when I refer to that shed, it's not really a shed. It's a part of a building that is attached to our cottage. Our cottage, as you can tell by all the clay bricks, it's an adobe, and it was built about 80 or 90 years ago. And the shed itself is sort of built into the side of a hill. There's a hill in the back, and then the front just looks over to the mountains, and it's a beautiful view. I have closets out there, and I have a bunch of tubs. We don't have storerooms, unfortunately. Moose said when we moved in here 18 years ago that we were going to fill up storerooms and pay for storage. So I have tubs all over the place. Of course, when you sell your family home of 25, 30 years, you have a lot of stuff, and it's all in tubs in there and all over the place. So I was rooting for Moosey's tuxedo, and I found the jacket, but I couldn't find the pants. And eventually I think I realized I might have sent the pants off to a cleaner's a couple of years ago, the last time he wore this, and I might have forgotten to pick them up. But at any rate, I have ordered things for him, and I'm going to share all this with you through Amazons and eBays, and I have found him zoot suit pants and the black shirt and the white tie. He has a white fedora, so he's set with that. So he's kind of going to go the gangster look of the flapper era. And I even found a pair of shoes. I think he had a pair like this years ago, and they're the wingtip black and white style shoe. So he's so excited about dressing up for all this. And I do have an outfit already, except I did buy a new big headband with the diamond thing on the forehead and a big plume feather. We'll share all this when everything comes. Within the next week or two, everything should be here. It's going to be fun. And Debbie calls every day, sharing what she's ordering and wearing. And I'll share her outfits too. And of course, we'll take plenty of pictures. And we will be staying overnight at the venue and having breakfast the next morning. And that's always fun because several of our children are going. Colleen and Micah are going. And I think Matt and Cindy are going. And Dub and Barry. Colleen's husband is a television news anchorman, and he has emceed a lot of charity events for Dub through when she does these charity events. And he is going to be emceeing this, and he's great. So it's going to be kind of a family thing, and we're all dressed up. Of course, the girls have the fancy flapper dresses with the fringe and the whole bit. I'm not going quite that far, but I'm going to look good. So I will show you and share all this. So that's how this all happened. I never did find the pants and the tuxedo jacket. We've decided he's not wearing the jacket because he's going in this other kind of a zoot-suity, no jacket type of a costume. Dub said a lot of the ladies are going to the costume stores where you can rent costumes and things. You know, we have found that, and when we have family parties, we dress up too. We've done Oktoberfest parties and St. Patrick's Day parties where the whole family dresses up. You have more fun, I think, when you're in costume. So when I was sharing the Shein haul of the things that I bought on that website, I showed you all my wooden jewelry, but I forgot to show you, and I don't think I shared these, and these are the gold earrings that I bought. Well, they're gold toned, and they're very pretty. They're a hoop with a decorative part on the bottom, and I thought these were so pretty, and I think these were also $1.50, so reasonable. Now, the ring, that was from the haul 2 weeks before when I went out shopping for Moosey, and I wound up in 5 stores, wasn't able to get what I wanted to get for him, but I did pick up a few things here and there that were on sale, and I found this ring, and this is a lion head. Got it at Ross. I paid $8.99 for it, and it was huge, and so it fit my pointer finger, and I just love it. It's that gold tone too. So my decorating my brace today is just a piece of costume jewelry that I thought I'd wear just to dress it up a little bit. The other thing that I wanted to share, I saw these, and the rhinestones they're like Birkenstocks, but they're not. I found them at Walmart, and immediately, whenever I see bling like this, and do you see how they shine in the light? I think of my daughter, Margie, who loves blingy things. And I bought these for Marge, and then I realized they were the wrong size. And so I had to keep them, and I have to go back and get her. Now, I had to keep them, but I love them. And they're so comfortable. Once again, they have that Birkenstock type arch and the protective heel here. Good sole to walk around in. I've already worn them with a black outfit, and they're cute. And I paid $20 for them at Walmart. Now, when I went to find another pair, one of those Walmarts didn't have these, and she explained to me that sometimes they get different styles in different Walmarts. So I do have to go back and get Margie her pair because she's going to love these. What else did I have to share? Oh, remember in the 15 plus things that make our life easier, and I was sharing all those things in one of the videos, 1 or 2 videos ago. I was talking about nighttime driving, things that make our life a lot easier. And the glasses, I'd been doing quite a bit of nighttime driving, and the glare from the other lights coming at you really gets me now. And I found out that they do sell glasses that are anti-glare for night driving. And I ordered these. I think I paid either $12.99 or $15.99 on Amazon. And they didn't come for me to share these in time for the last video. They came the next day. And I do want to share these with you now just to show you what they are. But since I do wear glasses, these are prescription glasses, and I do wear them, of course, when I'm driving. And I do have bifocals in here, but they're clip-ons. And you can get these, they're yellow, which is the anti-glare look. I presume they're probably also good for glare in the daytime. And you can get these in regular glasses if you don't need driving glasses, or the clip-on, and see the little clip that just goes up and down. And they're great. And I'm going to just clip them on and show you. Now, they don't clip on real tightly, so, but this is what they look like. Aren't they great? I mean, they fit the glasses fine. I'm dying to try them out and drive at night. I don't know. Oh, Moosey's birthday is coming up tomorrow, April 8th. He's going to be 85. And we have a night planned at Shakey's Pizza. Here in California, they have a lot of Shakey's Pizza. And they've had them here back to the 70s or the 60s. I remember when we first moved to Southern California in 1972, they used to have the barbershop quartets in the white pants and the straw hats singing barbershop songs. And it was a great family place. And we used to take the kids and go all the time. Well, they don't have the barbershop singing anymore, but it still is a great family place. And since we have 20 grandchildren and 11 great-grandchildren and 6 kids and spouses and significant others, everybody is not able to make it, but a good portion of the family will be there. We are going to go to Shakey's and have pizza. They have a game room where all the little kids run in and out and get their tickets to be able to redeem for prizes. And it'll be a fun night to celebrate Moosey's 85th birthday tomorrow night. Now, this video will probably go up the day after Moosey's birthday, but it will have been on Friday night. So I will be driving home in the dark, and I will definitely have my glasses. I'm going to keep them in the glove compartment box so that I always have the glasses for nighttime driving. Do you remember the story, those of you who have been with me for a while, and I'll have to just tell the story very quickly for the new people, but I was talking about my mother and father's trip to Ireland. And in the, I guess, I can't remember how long ago this was, but when my mom and dad were about late 70s, my 2 brothers sent them to Ireland. Both of their parents were born in Ireland, and they had never been. And my brothers sent them to Ireland for a 2-week trip. They went over, they rented a car, and believe it or not, they drove all around Ireland, having a wonderful time, visiting. There were 1 or 2 relatives left, cousins or whatever, that they visited. And they did go back to the town of Ruski, where my mother's people were from. Her mother was actually born in Ruski, and she had several cousins over there. Well, I told the story about my mom. My mother dug up some dirt from the land where one of the family, the ancestors' homes was on. Actually, it was an old stone B&B, and it was owned by one of the cousins, and she considered this the ancestral grounds. And she dug up some of the dirt that had some straw and sand mixed in with it, put it in a plastic bag, and you know how you're not supposed to bring live flowers or dirt or whatever food on the planes coming back to the United States? Well, my mother smuggled some, and quite a load of dirt in a plastic bag, stuck into her girdle, believe it or not. and they flew home with this dirt in her girdle. Well, what she did with it was, she's very clever. She's very crafty and talented, and that's, I guess, where I learned a lot of my crafting and painting. And my mother made myself and my brothers, and for herself, several things made out of resin, where she put the dirt and the straw inside these pieces. And these pieces, I promised to show it, but I couldn't find it at the time. And actually, it's right on the mantle in my bedroom rock fireplace right here. It was there all along. And so here it is. And this is dirt from Ireland and straw in a paperweight. And on top, it says Ireland. She took this little, I guess she cut it out from a paper or something. And that is what my mom smuggled home in her girdle in a plastic bag. And that is the paperweight that I've had all these years. And that was back in the 70s when they went. So that's that. Now, what else did I want to share? Something else that I had. Oh, it was a joke. One of my lovely ladies, viewers, gave me a joke. You know how I tell these rabbit hole stories. And in this last video, she told a joke that I'm going to tell you. And I told her I was going to give her a shout out. So thank you, Mavis, for telling this joke. What happens when you pour hot water down a rabbit hole? Anyone guess? You get hot cross bunnies. Is that a good one? Thank you, Mavis. I thought that, Moose and I thought that was hysterical and clever. So thank you, Mavis. Now, do you remember in the last video, I was telling you that one of my daily objectives is to learn something new every day. And honestly, I really do. Whether it's something someone has said that I might not have known anything about or maybe wanted to know more about it, I will look it up. And I look it up on Google. I said, Google has made me smarter than I ever have been in my whole life. And we have done this several times where we have driven out to Phoenix, Arizona, where the Dodgers have their practice in the spring before the games start. And Moosey is a big Dodger fan. And we spend several days out there going to a lot of the practice games. Now, this is definitely a rabbit hole story. After we do that, on our drive home, we always stop in Palm Springs because Moosey can play a little poker. He just adores the game. And I love to shop in Palm Desert and Palm Springs. So when he's doing that, I will do my shopping. Well, I wasn't feeling well. I had picked up a cold, I guess, in Phoenix. And by the time we got to Palm Springs, I felt like I needed a little medication or something from the doctor because my chest was getting congested. So we found a doctor in Palm Desert. At one time, we used to have a place out in Palm Desert, but we had sold that. So we were pretty familiar with Palm Desert. And I went to this doctor in Palm Desert, and he examined me and gave me some prescription for my chest. And I said, well, where, doctor, can we send this? And he said, well, I'll send it to the CVS that's right outside. And I said, can you tell me where the CVS is? He said, why don't you go out in the waiting room and ask Siri? So I said, okay. Well, I thanked him profusely and I left the room. So I walked out into the waiting room and Moosey was waiting out there for me. And I walked up to the desk. There were 2 or 3 girls behind the desk. And I said, which one of you is Siri? And the 3 of them looked at each other as if to say, is she serious or what? And all of a sudden, it dawned on me, Siri. Of course, I was familiar with Siri, but because I never used it, it didn't click with me when the doctor said, go ask Siri. Now, I don't know whether he was being a little freshy at the time, too, and didn't like my question as to where the CVS was or whatever. But, oh, that's my Siri rabbit hole story. And right away, thank goodness, I remembered. I said, oh, my gosh, it just hit me. I'm sorry. Well, they helped me find out where CVS was. And so that's my rabbit hole Siri story. So anyway, it's not much of a video. It's just a chit-chat, some stories, a few shares, and we'll get back to the routine, hopefully. Don't worry about my arm. I'm really fine. I'm sure that I won't have to wear this for more than a couple of days, but it has set me back a little bit on some chores. But on the other hand, I don't have to do the daily routine of the day. I might even be getting something delivered for my supper tonight. Who knows? Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate your comments and welcome to all the new people. We seem to be attracting new people, and I'm very grateful for all of that. I love you all. Thank you so much. Bye for now. See you soon.